Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Closer Encounters. I am your host, Clarence Mitchell, coming to you live from somewhere, Minnesota. Would you like to be a guest on Closer Encounters? Or maybe you know someone that would like to be a guest on Closer Encounters. Or maybe you have a story to share. Well, please shoot us an email, closerencounters.info@gmail.com. Again, that's closerencounters.info@gmail.com. For everything, Closer Encounters, updates, all things going on, check us out, www.facebook.com/Closer Encounters Radio. Again, www.facebook.com/Closer Encounters Radio. And please don't forget to like, follow, and share. Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Closer Encounters. What a day, what an evening. Anyway, welcome. I hope everybody's feeling okay and everything's going good for you. Yeah, we are back alive again. Yeah, we were trying to, we wanted to do the show at 6 o'clock. I wound up having some issues anyway. I wound up having to re-download certain things on the computer. Blah, blah, blah. But hey, here we are. Excuse me. And as you know, our
can't go too far anyways.
Yeah, our good friend Omar is with us. As you notice, he says a projection of you. That's pretty awesome. I like that. I love the view. It's pretty cool. I want to welcome, we got Alexander with us. We got Vita with us. We got Bella, Christine, and Nick. Hello, dear. VJ's with us. Cool. Glad they're all showing up.
Just occurred to me, how people are hoarding and shooting and stabbing each other for toilet paper.
Mm-hmm.
They should keep in mind is that they're doing that to themselves, right? So a projection of you would be because I'm a projection of you as you're a projection of me, because we're both the same expression of the same infinite consciousness. So when we do something to another person, we're essentially doing that to ourselves. So keep that in mind when you go shopping.
Exactly right. Yeah, crazy deal. Oh, well, we had a pretty good afternoon with our last show there. We did some updates on the coronavirus and different other things. You guys can catch that on Facebook or on YouTube, either one. Had Sir Kev with us from Ireland.
That was pretty funny.
It was pretty funny. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, things happen. This is what happens when you go live. But it was comical though. Bless his heart. Uh, oh
Yeah,
boy.
he's pretty cool guy.
Yep.
I've got super respect for the guy. He tells it to you straight, no
Exactly.
bullshit, right?
Yep.
Straight to the point, and I like that. It's part of my personality, so I enjoy it, and I like it when I see it in other people because that's just the only way to be. There's the age of sugarcoating is long over. We
Yes.
need to wake up and smell the coffee, and if you don't like what you're hearing, then you have to ask yourself, why don't you like?
Yeah. Right.
Right? And explore yourself. Right now is the best time to do it. You're at home, and explore yourself, your mind, and it'll take you to places.
That's the truth. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Einstein traveled on a beam of light in his mind,
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
right? So he did it, so we can as well.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. Oh. Oh, see, my mom just showed up. Hi, Mom. How are you? I'm glad
Right
she's
on.
here with us. She says,
Hello,
hello,
Mama.
Clarence and Omar. She says, hello. Good deal. Yeah. I worry about her and my brother both. They're right on the border of New York City out there. My brother
Oh,
works for Boeing, and they canceled a couple of his appointment. He was supposed to fly down to Georgia, and of course they canceled that, and whatever. But yeah, being there closer to the city than most folks,
yeah.
kind of worried about that area. But
Hopefully they stay well and healthy.
yeah,
And just same with everyone out there, right?
yeah,
These are precarious times, and we need to, think about each other and have empathy. So,
oh, my mom just said Clovis 19 is in Dansville now, my hometown. It's where my sister and my father is. So that's not cool. Yeah, my dad, he just had a pacemaker put in.
oh,
He's almost in his 90s. So yeah, uh, keeping our fingers crossed on that.
yeah,
Wow,
yeah, yeah.
that's
Fuck.
not cool. Hmm. Wow. Yeah, that's
Scary
not good.
times. Holy shit. My
Wow.
heart just skipped a beat.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, yeah. Holy shit.
That's not cool. Yep.
No, no. This not
Wow.
this. You get this sensation, right, that comes over a person, and
Mhm.
yeah, wow, man. I hope all is well.
Yeah, me too. I didn't realize it spread that far west in New York State. I figured it was still more towards the city. That's the first I heard of anything beyond the city. So, but there's a lot of travelers that go in there. They got relatives and whatnots, out there, and so yeah, I can see it happen. Come across the throughway, I-90 and that, and then shooting down from Rochester and down into that area. So. Mom says I'm not allowed to leave this house. Yeah, I quite understand. Yep, no doubt.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. So yeah, keep everybody in your
Shut
thoughts
the
and prayers
windows,
and stuff.
tighten up batten
Hmm,
up the hatches, and stay put.
that's it.
Right?
Yeah.
And wash
Well,
your hands.
luckily my father lives with my sister, who's a full blown nurse. So
Oh, right on.
yeah, so she knows
That's
what
cool.
what to do and what not to do.
Yeah,
But
that's
the
cool.
problem is, she could get it too. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
but there's a hospital just a few blocks. It's not very far from where he's living there. So which is a good thing. And of course, they're really good with medevac and all that stuff too. They got helicopters and different other things. So that's good, but it's not.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah. I hear
yeah,
you, man.
yeah. Mom says it's like a ghost town. Tim is working from home. Yeah, I can imagine. Wow. Yeah. BJ says saying prayers for him, Clarence. Thank you, BJ. Yep.
It has to be like that.
Yeah.
It
Yep.
has to be. There's no other choice in the matter.
Yeah.
right? It's just unfortunate, but this is like they're saying, right? This is like a once in 100-year event, and it's happening. And I've been thinking more and more of what you're saying, right, with the meteor,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
it's quite possible, and that's the delivery mechanism
Well,
that's being used. And rest of these countries that are getting it, like people are asking, why did Italy and Iran get hit so hard and Korea gets hit so hard?
mhm,
I'm just thinking that maybe they had like debris, like chunks break off, right, and
right.
entered the atmosphere over those areas,
Well,
and infected those areas as well. Maybe it flew over Europe and
exactly, and that's the thing. So
deposited.
when it comes into the atmosphere like that and it's on fire, it's literally a fireball,
Yeah,
before it actually explodes or does whatever. There's all kind of toxicity coming off the back of that thing, you know.
yeah,
So if it flies over that certain area at the time, before impact and whatever, absolutely. But not only that, but our stream, our weather patterns, as the world turns, as we
yeah,
spin, and we got all these fluctuating lows and highs and weather patterns and ocean currents and all kind of stuff, pushing all this airborne weather. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. The jet
So
streams are
yeah, yeah, absolutely. All the jet streams and
which are
stuff like that.
around.
Yeah, it's riding high, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And you have to
but
keep in mind these things, this germ and
excuse
stuff
me.
can remain dormant until it comes into contact with something which is chemically, brings it back to life, right? Like kind of like a mushroom, right?
Right.
It can withstand entry into the planet, and then once it hits the ground, it activates
Hmm.
because it's a pollen, right? And then from there it just spreads, and this
That's it.
virus is
Yeah.
kind of the same thing. It may have been dormant until it hit and had a chemical reaction, and poof, right?
Yep.
It came out of hibernation, kind of like a frog, right?
Yep.
In the wintertime, where it goes into hibernation, and come spring, it dethaws and carries on like nothing ever happened. So it
Sure.
could be the very same thing, but
Well,
you know,
panspermia is been known for many, many years, but not a lot of people talk about it. Uh, and
now,
some scientists actually think that's how the Earth got seeded in the first place.
yeah,
So what do you do with that?
yeah. Let's talk about the another angle from this is the ancient alien theory, where
Hmm.
they said before the plagues happened, they'd see somebody out in the fields with a spraying something, and then suddenly, what was that? The bubonic plague, or
Right.
the black plague, or something like that. It started, and
Hmm.
not only in that place, but a couple other places. I forget which other ones there were. This one in particular just stands out in my mind.
Right.
But it could be a thing like that as well. Where this could be ET's way of calling our our population, because in history they haven't been shy of doing that, right?
Right.
If we look at it from the angle of the ancient alien theory, right?
Hmm.
They've caused the flood, and they've caused ice ages, and outright battles in the sky, like they say in the Mahabharata.
Right.
There's a lot of evidence, like Mohenjo-daro has a nuclear uh, signature to it. Sodom and Gomorrah sound like there were nuclear attacks. We have underground cities where people have gone underground,
And lived.
hiding
Yeah.
from something.
The Hopi legend. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
the cities like Derinkuyu and stuff, right? And then burying Göbekli Tepe, and
Right.
that could have been the last ditch effort of protecting their civilization or their remaining monuments, and then from there they went underground. So the ancient alien theory has a really good foundation for something like this, and it could very well be, because we know that there's benign ones and there's benevolent ones, and uh, might be at war,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? And this is their way of taking us out, keep the infrastructure, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sean Smith says that it went from 32 confirmed to 62, or 33 confirmed to 62 in 10 hours. Wow. Yeah.
You guys climbing at
That's
a,
Arkansas. Yeah.
and it's kind of funny how it's happening everywhere on the globe. I never really realized before the amount of people that are moving around on the planet.
Yes,
You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? I never really gave it much of a thought, right? Like how many flights are leaving every airport around the world and how those flights are packed and people are just moving, like ants all over
Mhm.
the planet. And the thought never really occurred to me until I started to see this. And remember, we went through the map and we went country by country as the map lit up.
Yes.
And it was after that I kind of thought about it, and I was like, wow, the amount of people that are like on the move is just incredible.
Yeah, it is.
And
It
that's
is.
how
Tens of thousands a day,
millions, holy
Yeah.
shit, hundreds of millions.
Yeah. Now you know why the airlines are so profitable.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
and I heard that they're gouging. There was a couple in Canada from Montreal that her parents were down in Peru, and they wanted to get on the plane and come back because Canada is telling all its citizens to come home. And Air Canada charged them $3,000 to rebook their ticket.
Ain't that
Which
something?
is just ridiculous. That's predatory behavior
It
where
is predatory. Yeah.
corporations gouging at a time like this. Airlines, it should be free right now. If you
Oh,
need to get home, there's a plane. It's leaving at this time, no cost.
get
We'll
on
get
it.
you home,
Yep.
right? And then
Exactly.
people will remember that after this has passed. They'll be like, oh, wow, the airlines were really cool about that. They gave us free rides home and blah, blah, blah. And it'd be a good marketing thing for them as well. And
Yep.
it would also go to show that they're doing humanitarian work instead
Yep.
of gouging people. Like that was just stupid when I heard that. It was like $3,000
Ain't
to
that something?
come
Wow.
home when your government is telling you need to get home right now.
Well,
Right?
I guess our friendly
You gotta
skies aren't
remember
so
that.
friendly.
Yeah, people will remember this when this whole
That's
shit is
sad. Yeah.
done
Sad
and
deal.
done and over with. Same with all those people that are like going crazy in shopping centers and shit, not thinking about other people and just themselves. That really irritates me.
Yeah.
This really, shows, the color of a lot of people, and after this is over, people are going to remember what these people did.
Yep.
And then they're going to have a social price to pay for this.
Exactly. Exactly right.
If they had
Vida
it
says, what's she say
most
here?
of the people like that are the ones that go down.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, karma comes and kicks them in the ass, right?
Vida says Australia here. We have it to keep coming low. Couple blocks from here. Person affected coronavirus. Thinking never happened here. Quiet country town. Yeah, and that's the thing. You just don't know where your next door neighbor has been or where they're going to. It's just nasty. Christina says started in two places at the same time, U.S. and India in the same day. And that's very well possible. Yeah, absolutely. You just never know. But the point was, nobody knew about this. If China had just said something from the word go, a lot of this could have been avoided in a sense, well, not avoided, but, better contained. And they could have got help from other countries, including ourselves. We would have been glad to lend a hand, or do whatever.
Mhm.
But that's not the way it went. They wanted to keep it quiet. And this is what happens. So now the whole damn world is in an uproar, So yeah, sad state of affairs and how it happened, but yeah, it's really something. My mom says this has really opened our eyes to a lot of things. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So Doug Fish says people suck. Yeah, it's not just the people. I mean, it's just the way of thinking, companies, different things, yeah, crazy
It's
stuff. It is
It's
sad.
the citizens,
Yep.
brother. It's the citizens. I'm telling you, because it's the mentality. How many times, Clarence, have we heard, people saying, we use 10% of our brain, we're slaves
Mm-hmm.
to the aliens. Aliens created us. They're our gods. They're in this mentality of being a slave,
Absolutely.
right?
Yep.
No one's ever educated them and defined the words that these people use against us.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
instance, like, citizen and person and human, right? There's a clear distinction between the three, and three are different designations that they've given us. So when you're constantly thinking to yourself that you only use 10% of your brain and that you were created by aliens to be a slave to mine gold, then that's the mentality that's going to entrap you into that energy wave,
Yep.
and you'll remain there. So we need to get out of that. And these people that are behaving like this, like I said in Earth Frequency, they're like phantom people,
Sure.
right? Lights are on, but nobody's at the, nobody's behind the wheel, so to say, right? Like the soul is gone, right?
Yeah.
I don't personally believe in a soul, but it just describes that it's nobody's driving the vehicle, because this is an avatar that we use. Imagine, just think of it more like from the movie Avatar,
All right.
right? That avatar worked when that dude was in the machine, right? Now imagine if that dude wasn't in the machine, but that avatar just carries on,
All right.
right? And it doesn't have that empathy and that understanding and that
No
love.
soul. Yeah.
Yeah, like that somebody
Soulless.
that's driving the vehicle would have, right? Like most people in our crowd, you and I, we have empathy, right? We feel for other people, and whoever behaves like that, shows me in my research that that these are indeed phantom people that don't feel for others, and nobody's home,
Right.
right? So that makes them extremely dangerous,
Sure.
because they're just living out a biological clock now.
Yeah. Sad. Sad deal. I got something I want to show you guys. Now, this is so nuts. I've seen people do some crazy, stupid things in my lifetime. Okay. And the millennials out there, and some of these what we call brain dead people eating
Mhm.
Tide Pods and shoving condoms in their noses and doing this kind of stuff. You're not going to believe what I'm about ready to show you, folks. This
Oh
has
boy.
got to be the ultimate dumbest person I've ever seen in my entire life.
Is
And
it a
let me,
Corona challenge?
yes, yes, it is.
Oh
Yes,
boy.
yes, it is. I have it right here. I'm going
Oh
to
man.
share it to
Why
the
did I even
screen.
think of that?
This is unbelievable.
Ridiculous.
Just totally
I haven't even seen it. Like,
unbelievable.
how do you imagine?
let
Oh yeah.
me bring this up full screen here, and we'll share this up. Hang on here. I'll scroll this down. An influencer filmed herself licking a plane as an aeroplane toilet seat for clout on TikTok as part of a coronavirus challenge. And there is the picture. As you can see, there's the door of the restroom and stuff with the fold down sink and all that stuff. And she is actually licking this toilet seat on an airplane.
Ridiculous.
On an airplane. And wait till you hear what she has to say about it. This is just unbelievable. An influencer filmed herself in a plane toilet licking the seat as part of a coronavirus challenge. Ava Lewis has appeared on the Dr. Phil show and has 19,000 TikTok followers and 150,000 Instagram followers. She posted a video to her Twitter on March the 14th. Please, RT. This so people can know how to properly be sanitary on the airplane, she said with love and sweating emojis. People responded with disgust that she would do such a thing just for the attention. The whites are at it again, one person said, while another responded classy. A day later, Louise confirmed that she started the coronavirus challenge for clout and that her actions were no worse than eating a dude's butt, basically. God, I can't,
Ridiculous.
she says, I can't get coronavirus, she added, just like the gays, rich blonde bombs or whatever, are immune. Lewis also started spreading awareness of important social issues. Okay, so now that you're all on my page, racism is bad, she tweeted. Gay people are good. Transphobia is grosser than me licking a toilet seat. Good day. Yeah. So then she told Insider that she licked a toilet seat because she was tired of some bitch named Corona, all right, getting more publicity than me. She added that hot blondes can recover from anything, so there's no harm done. Now, she's actually believing that some girl by the name of Corona, right, is getting all the media attention. She thinks that Corona is some girl instead of a stupid virus. Okay? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is what I just oh my God.
Ridiculous. See, somebody like that, Clarence, should be arrested and held in custody until like something like this is done and over with.
I'm serious.
Right?
I'm serious.
They're obviously a danger to a community.
Oh my gosh.
That's very obvious.
The xenophobia makes me sad, she said. What's not going to make people sad is a hot, rich, blonde, 20-something-year-old licking a toilet. It's not like the virus can kill me anyways because I don't use Facebook. What? Because I don't use Facebook, the virus isn't going to kill me. Okay. It was ironic, she had. A last bucket challenge could never, period. Overall, her video pretty much had the desired effect, she said. I just wanted more attention that this Corona bitch, but she's good, she said. So I capitalized off her. And now I'm like global news. My mom told me she's proud of me. I shed light on pandemic while wearing Fendi sunglasses. I you know what? I can't read no more. This is just, I'm done. I can't, no. I just can't read no more. That's just totally,
oh boy,
totally beyond my control. I just can't believe. Oh, Lord, have mercy on us.
Just think that's not the only one. There's many like that.
And you're right. And she's the only one that's gone this viral about it. But come on.
Yeah,
really?
This is ridiculous. Nobody's home, you know?
Oh, and to think that her mom says,
how game can you
pats
be?
her on the back, says, good girl, you did a good job, you know. You know, that reminds me of the lady that called into the radio show one time about the deer crossing signs. And she complained that the deer would cross, you know, after you saw the sign, right? And she says, why don't they move that sign someplace else? And the guy goes, what are you talking about? She goes, well, obviously the deer think they can cross there because they're reading the sign. You know, it's a deer crossing. Why would anybody put a deer crossing there? I wonder if it's the same girl that just looked at Tony. See, I really wonder, you know.
Oh,
this is
God.
society. This is what we are dealing with. You know what I mean? This is just, how do you live? I mean, I really want to know, how do people live with this kind of mentality? This is just beyond my capabilities of thought. It just totally wrecked my mind. And she actually thinks Corona is a girl, a person.
That's ridiculous.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Somebody
And she
that's
had to up her one. Well, she upped Corona. All right.
That's
Yeah.
that's somebody who's you know super vain and
Vain ain't
just
the word
lost in
for it.
themselves, and
That's
that's
just,
it. That's unfortunate for our society. I can tell you honestly one thing, man. If I saw my daughter do something like that on an airplane and
I'd drown her in the
saw the
toilet.
video,
I would.
I would be so upset.
I would drown her in the toilet.
Oh yeah,
Throw
man,
her
I
into
would
it.
be so upset with her. I wouldn't be saying I'm proud of you, right?
Oh,
I'd definitely be, expressing myself, and it would be colorful. I tell you that. No, no, no. That's not something I would tolerate whatsoever. And then that shows me that I failed as a parent myself.
oh, ain't that the
Because
truth?
my kids out there doing shit like that. Ridiculous. Like I said, should be
Unbelievable.
detained and held in a hospital until this crisis is over, and everybody like that.
That
'Cause
girl
obviously
needs treatment, man. I'm
they're
telling
a
you right
danger
now.
to our society, man.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a vibrational culling, and if you're not vibrating at a certain frequency, poof, you're gone, and maybe these people will get puffed and gone too.
I just don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Well, just like the story I told you about what happened to me yesterday.
Yeah.
Unreal, right? Nobody would ever believe that would happen. Unbelievable. I'll tell you guys a little story. I wasn't going to say anything about it, but I was going to go on the show with Omar yesterday, and I wound up doing a little shopping. Nothing major. So I'm sitting in the parking lot, and I'm on Facebook, just reading some messages, whatever, getting ready to go in. Omar contacts me, and I said, I'll be with you, in about half an hour or so, give or take. I'll speed it up. I got to go in and get some goodies, and then I'll be back. Okay. So I go into the store. I'm not even in there 15 minutes, tops. I go in, I know where everything is. I zip, get my stuff, and I go to walk out. As I'm coming out of the store, I notice a police car behind my truck, all right, sitting in kind of an angle kind of deal. And I happened to look at my truck, and it was up on the sidewalk. Now, there was a curb. When I pulled in, there's a curb there, and then there's a sidewalk right in front of my pickup truck. And my truck was sitting up on the sidewalk, okay? So I'm like, what the hell happened here? So as I'm walking towards the truck, the cop gets out and he says, "Is this your vehicle?" And I said, "Yes, sir, it sure is." And he goes, "Well, we got a call about it sitting on the sidewalk." Okay. And I'm like, well, it looks to me like it got hit or something, because I don't park like that, obviously, And as we're standing there and he's looking at it, and he agreed that it did look like something happened because of there's slide marks in the snow and slush and whatever. And, you can pretty much tell that something was going on there. And I happen to look up on the building, and there is a video camera just outside the entrance door. It's one of those round, domey looking things. I said, "You think if we go in, they'll let us look at the video, to see if somebody did hit me or what happened, He said, "Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's go do that." So we did. Sure enough, he showed me parking. It showed me sitting in my truck, showed me getting out of the truck. 5 minutes later, give or take, a white hatchback kind of car backs right into my truck. Pushed it up on the sidewalk, sat there for a minute. She gets out, she's looking, gets back in her car, takes off. Okay, no big deal. No damage to my vehicle. Everything's fine. So we're walking back out to the vehicles, and I'm like, well, maybe we'll find out who it was someday, whatever. We're just talking nonchalantly. He gets a call on his radio, on his deal there on his shirt, and they put a bolo out on my pickup truck. The cop answers the call and he says, hang on just a second. He looks at me, he goes, you want to take a ride? And I'm like, sure. What's up? The cop says they put a bolo out. Be on the lookout for a two-tone red and tan Ford pickup, which is my truck, license plate number, blah, blah, blah. Somebody turned in my plate number. Well, hit and run. This is what they're claiming. Hit and run. So I get in the cop car with the cop. He lets me sit in the front seat. And we head over to another store, which is only just blocks away from where I actually live. A store that I'm frequent a lot, but didn't at this particular time, right? And here this lady is in the white car that we've seen on the video that hit my truck. And she's trying to tell the cop that I backed into her in this parking lot at this store with my truck, and then I took off. That's what she told the cop. She called it in. She had my plate number and everything and told the cops, yeah, this guy hit me, blah, 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 blah. And the cop says, lady, I don't believe a word you're saying to me. And he's standing there at this whole time. He says, lady, I don't believe a word you're telling me. Oh, yeah, it's the truth. It just happened like 5 minutes ago. The son of a bitch took off, blah, 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 blah. So the cop's looking at me through his windshield, and he gives me one of these numbers, like, come here, So I get out of the vehicle, and he says to the lady, I hate to tell you this, but we know what happened to your vehicle. We have it on video, where you hit this person's truck at the other store in the other parking lot. You owe this guy an apology, blah, 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 whatever. Well, when he told her that he had the evidence, what actually happened, her face about fell off. I mean, literally, the look on her, well, her eyes got all big and everything, and she started bawling. My husband's going to kill me, blah, 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 and all this stuff. She was so worried about what her husband was going to do because she wrecked the car that she made a false claim. Okay, and she set this whole deal up to make it look like somebody hit her and took off. Then she could claim the insurance, get it fixed, bada bing, bada boom. What she didn't count on was the fact that we actually saw the video at the other store where she ran into my truck first. Unbelievable. So she's trying to set me up.
Yeah, man. And if there weren't for that video, you would have went to jail.
I would have went to jail. Absolutely. I would have had no way of proving my innocence or nothing.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Yeah. Unbelievable. So things happen for a reason. I'm glad it happened that way. But wow. Yeah. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So the cop asked me if I wanted to press charges against her. I said no. I'm not going to. Obviously, she's in enough trouble as it is, and I'm not going to deal with her. But she knew she had been had after this all happened,
Yeah.
But boy, the cop reamed her one end up and down the other. Don't you ever do this again. I could put you in jail for this, this, and this, and this, falsifying, false and this, false and that. And yeah, he was pretty upset, but he kept, he was good about it. I commend him 100%. It was just awesome, but yeah.
It's pretty rare to hear about a positive police encounter.
yeah, exactly. It's very rare, but he was so cool about it. I mean, he was really good about it, and we laughed about it afterwards. But I'm like, dude, what would have happened if we hadn't have gone in and seen that video and I had gone home and you guys got the call? I said, would you have arrested me? He goes, well, we may not have arrested you, but we definitely would have had you, in court, or, we'd have documented it, done something, whatever. There would have been an investigation,
Yeah.
And basically been my word against hers, proof of evidence, you got to prove yourself. So
yeah,
it wouldn't have been a good thing,
Just a fucking hassle.
Yeah, exactly. The whole
Right.
thing would have been a mess. Yeah.
Yeah, big hassle. man.
So just luckily enough that somebody called the cop about my truck being on the sidewalk. Now, whoever did that, I have no idea. But they showed up within seconds. I mean, it's a very, very small town, so they're probably right on Main Street, and they got the call, and they made a quick turn into the parking lot, and there it is.
Yeah,
But yeah, if that all hadn't have gone down first, and if I hadn't, seen the cam and all that stuff, and said, hey, let's go look at the video. Can we do that? Blah blah blah. We would have never.
yeah, you would have been
Yeah.
screwed, man. Because they would have just recorded over their older recording, right?
Yeah. So,
So if you
it's a
hadn't caught it
continuous loop, I guess. It only saves it for
Yeah.
so long. So,
That's right.
yeah, they would have been erased eventually.
Yeah.
But
You had
wow.
some energy looking out for you.
So this is the world we live in, folks. So you gotta be careful, and just oh my God, yeah. But that's oh my gosh. But then you get these girls like this girl here licking the toilet seat on an airplane. I mean,
Yeah, it reminds you. It gives you a reminder.
just when you think you've seen it all. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just nothing ceases to amaze me anymore. I say this time and time again, but that topped the cake. That's got to be the top number one dumbest, stupidest thing I think I've ever seen in my entire life. That's it right there. Unbelievable.
Anyways, it's up there, silly citizens.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Anyway, well, we'll get some news going here before we get to our real show. We are going to do a show tomorrow, right, Omar? With
Good old Billy Carson.
Billy Carson, yes,
Coach
absolutely.
Billy Carson.
Yes. So you guys don't want to miss that, and that's going to be at what time?
It's going to be at 4:00 Pacific Standard Time.
Pacific Standard Time. Okay.
Yeah,
4:00.
Just quickly go and have a. I'm pretty sure it's 4:00 tomorrow. Yeah, 4 p.m. with Billy Carson, Coach Billy. Going to be talking about the tablets, Emerald tablets,
Yes.
Tufts tablets. Just recently wrote a book, so we're gonna hit that up and also get his views on what's happening with this COVID. He's a extremely intelligent man. Of course, he's AKA Forbidden Knowledge, so he has a lot to offer. So we're gonna get to pick the coach's brain tomorrow.
Yes.
Also, learn and possibly get a good lesson on Tufts Emerald tablets.
Yep.
And so it should be a great conversation.
Absolutely. And that's 4:00 Pacific, so that'd be 6 o'clock
Central and 7:00 Eastern.
Yes. Okay. Good deal. So that's going to be
And
our
also
regular.
on
time
March
slot.
28th, we've got Michael Feely.
Michael Feely.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's going to do. Let me read it out to you real quick here. Sent me a message earlier. If you guys know who Michael Feely is.
6
If
o'clock
not-
Central, VJ. 6 o'clock. The same time we always come on, 6 o'clock at night. Yep. 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4:00 Pacific tomorrow. Yep.
So we're going to call this show "The World is Changing,"
The world is changing. Yes.
and a little write-up on it. Recent world events have shown both sides of duality, the positive and negative charge of humanity. What has it shown us, and what does it mean for our future within this 3D frequency and reality? So that's what the discussion is going to be about, guys. So it sounds pretty interesting. So we'll look forward to that. And also, Clarence, you're working on a pretty big event. We are working on a
Yes.
big event. So fill us in on that.
Yes, what we are going to do between myself, Omar, and I'm hoping that Leo O'Neill, Leonard O'Neill, will be with us from Orion Rising. Um, what we want to do is we want to have, I'm calling it right now, a day of contact. Uh, and what this is going to involve is it's going to be, it may even be more than one day, it may be 2 days, we don't know for sure. But it's going to be a huge event where we are going to get a hold of all people that have had or is having some form of contact, extraterrestrial or paranormal or however you want to look at it. Okay. And we're going to try to get these folks on all within the group where they can come in and talk about their experiences, what's going on with them now, what kind of downloads they're getting, what the whole thing is. So if you know anybody that has this kind of thing going on and, would like to talk about it and, express themselves or whatever, we're going to post, we're going to make up a big post about it, and we'll have like 3 or 4 different emails where they can, email us, give us their information, and, we can converse back and forth on the time and the dates and all that stuff on when this is actually going to take place. But yeah, that's what we want to do. So gather all your folks around that have contact or are having contact now. And we want to get them all in a group, and we're going to have a big show, a day of contact. That's, so that's what we're working on. I think it'll be pretty awesome.
So here's an idea, Clarence. Tell me what you think about it. How about, we got, like, say, 11 speakers and have make a, like a 2-day event out of it. And we can have like a couple of panel discussions, and then we can present webinars from a couple other speakers who have contact or have had contact, and have information on it that they would like to share. Guys like Michael Feely, for instance.
Yes.
We can. Sure, we can put together a list. So that sounds like fun, kind of like an Econautical or the Sheeping Planet that we did last year.
Yes.
Make like a weekend event on it and just keep it simply, focused on UFOs and encounters of the first, second, and third kind.
Yep.
And
Exactly.
and have presentations and shit on. Keep us busy, anyways.
Absolutely.
This lockdown's gonna be for a while, right? So that's something we'll talk about. It just kind of occurred to me. I was just thinking about it. I was like, hey, what if we did some webinars and shit? Because I already do that on Watchers Talk, right? So maybe we can, I can talk to some of my contacts, and you talk to some of your contacts, and bring them together, and we can have make a big poster out of it. 11 speakers, panel discussions. Haven't had anything like that, right?
Nope, absolutely not.
Last year we went like, what was that, like 12 hours straight?
We did. Yeah, I think it was just over 12 hours we did.
Yeah, 12 hours from morning to night. Brought in one speaker after another. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
So maybe something like that we can put together.
Yep, that was awesome. Awesome show. Long show, but awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys are interested in something like that, this is going to be just like Contact in the Desert, except it's going to be with us.
Contact at Closer Encounters.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Closer Encounters Contacts or something of that nature. Yeah. Yeah, a day or 2 days of contact. I think that'd be awesome. And we can get a whole group of people, and like Omar said, yeah, do it on a full weekend or something. Absolutely.
Yeah, right? Saturday and a Sunday. It'll keep us, like I said, it'll keep us all busy, anyways.
Yeah, absolutely.
This lockdown isn't going to be over anytime soon, and lots of us are going to find ourselves in our homes.
Yep.
And so why not, learn?
Yep, Absolutely.
share our stories and what have you. It's a brilliant idea, Clarence. I love it.
Thank you. Yeah. It's just I've been getting a lot of questions from other people lately about it, and different things. We got folks in our room, in our uh, group and stuff like that have it, different things like that. So I'm thinking, what if we reach out to these other people, get them together, and we'll put them all in the deal, and let them have their thing, and it'll be a hell of a show, no doubt about it. Yeah. So very informative. Yes, VJ. Yeah, very
We
informative.
have experience organizing this type of stuff, so
Absolutely.
that's a
Yeah.
good thing. We haven't done an event like that since last year, and we seem to do like one a year, right?
It seems that way. Yeah.
Like the
Big
Equinox
events.
a couple of years ago, and then the Sheeping Planet last year,
Yeah.
and then Contact with Closer Encounters. I like that name.
Yeah.
Your idea. So you should get your name in there.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we'll
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 drop
do
it.
a big write up on it, and we'll get
Yeah.
that presented out, and we'll put some email addresses up on there, and if you want to join, or somebody may want to join, tell them about it. Have them contact one of the emails, and fill out their information. Tell us what kind of contact they get. Blah blah blah, whatever they want to let us know about, and we'll fix up the time slots for them, and go from there. So, but we want to just make sure we can get everybody together, for those couple of days. So that'd be awesome, and it's going to be nonstop. So,
Yep, morning till night should be an
morning
interesting
till night.
event.
Yep, absolutely,
It'll
nonstop.
be fantastic. I can't wait. I'm already excited.
Yeah, me too. Right?
Yeah, I love events like that.
Why didn't we ever think of this before? I don't. Yeah.
You did now, brother. You did now.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
we'll put this together. Now, there's a rhyme and reason to everything, right?
I believe so. I think this is a good time for it. Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
why now, things like that, right? There's always a force that's at work, right? And
Yep.
that force is your own force, for that matter.
Yeah.
And you're just making things happen, especially when you're vibrating at a different frequency than the rest of the people.
Mhm.
Then it seems that your energy and your aura is it has an extension to it, and,
Right.
and then that extension, of course, gets tied into the earth energy grid and the cosmic energy, and infinite energy, and then that's the ether, right? And you're connected to that,
That's right.
and good things happen for you at that time.
Yes.
And the minute you start vibrating at a lesser distortion, and then that's when you find, oh, I always got shitty luck. If I had no luck, I got bad luck. If I had no luck, I wouldn't have no luck at all. Kind of mentality, right? And then people become depressed, and then you vibrate even at a lower distortion, and then you start feeling physical pains, and and that's all due to low vibration, and it's all in the mind. And well, I shouldn't say the mind. Well, the mind too, because the mind is the infinite consciousness,
Mhm.
and the brain is what we use to decode this 3D reality. So because we're interacting with a brain that has this avatar that has a brain, and the mind, which is the infinite consciousness, are two getting integrated like a computer system.
Right.
Right? So you can program what's to come tomorrow, right? But you have to be realistic about it, right? Like you can't sit here and say, "Oh, I want tomorrow to be like this," and all of a sudden expect that tomorrow,
Right.
right? It doesn't work like that. It takes a lot of thought power, a lot of ongoing affirmations for yourself throughout the day to continuously remind you, and it takes practice, practice, practice. But then the power of thought prevails, and then you begin to program the 3D matrix that you're interacting with, and then suddenly all your pains are gone, your illnesses are gone, you're feeling happier,
Yep.
you're more content, you're more detached from the program that's playing out, because you understand that it's a program, right? Like this perceptual reality that we're presented, right? Once you detach yourself from that, then you can begin to see other things
Mhm.
like UFOs and aliens and things like that, and then you begin
Ghost.
to have contact with that, because even though they appear to be alien, you still have to remember that on a bigger scale, that alien is still a projection of you, as you are a projection of it, because that alien itself, again, is the expression of the infinite consciousness, just as you are an expression of that same infinite consciousness. So that
Mhm.
alien is actually you, and you're that alien.
Right.
So on the on a bigger picture, instead of just looking at a few pixels on the painting, when you look at it in a wider perspective, that's what an alien is. And you yourself are an alien that's inhabiting this terrestrial avatar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. Well, I'm hoping to pick up on a few things, that's for sure. If we can do this the right way, but I'm sure we can. I don't see any problems with it.
No, I
So
don't see any problems in organizing it.
no.
For myself, I've never had any contact, so I would have to be more of a observer,
Hmm.
and really just an observer, right? A host, because I wouldn't have really too much to add to it, right? Just questions, a
Right.
lot of questions,
Well, hey,
right?
yeah, but
Something
that's what it's all
I would
about.
bring to the table. It's just shitloads of questions, and
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like to be abducted or to have had that type of interaction.
Hmm.
So I can't really say. I can only look at it from my point of view, and as a skeptic, and direct my questions from that skepticism, right?
Right.
Because just because you're telling me doesn't necessarily make it true, right? You have to convince me, right? Because there's a lot of people out there talking a lot of shit, right? So we have to differentiate between fake and real, and
Hmm.
and having no contact. That's where my skepticism comes from. Even though I'm an open-minded individual that's talked to a lot of people that have had contact, right? And they've convinced me that they've had contacts, and so I believe them.
Right.
And if you just come out of the blue and start telling me, that's not going to hold too much water with me, because I'm going to critically think and skeptically ask my questions, and you'll have to answer them to my satisfaction, anyways. And if I don't believe it, then I don't believe it. You
Right.
can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, right?
That's yeah, that's for true.
And
Yeah.
I'm willing to walk to the water with you.
Throw me in the river.
Like, I'm in, right? Like, I'm in, brother. I'm
Exactly.
in, but you'll have to
Uh,
convince me.
that's right.
I'm just not going to buy
Oh,
a bridge, right?
cool.
Or
Yeah,
you're on
exactly.
the moon, right? It's not going to happen.
Hey, do you have that link to the video that Amy gave us earlier? We wanted to share it.
Here, let me go and pull it up.
Yeah,
I'll
want the folks here to see this video. This is so I haven't actually got to look at it yet, so I wanted to see what this is. So this ought
yeah,
to
I
be interesting.
briefly saw this video this morning before our show. So I'm kind of interested in wanting to watch the whole thing as well. I watched
Yeah.
about half of it,
Did you?
and
Yeah.
yeah, and then I was busy setting up my computer to do our show this morning. And then when Amy said she sent it in the comments, I was like, "Oh, awesome! I want to watch that after." You want me to send you the link, Clarence?
uh, yeah, you can. I
Or you
can bring
want
it
me
up if you
to
want. Sure. Let me
share
open up
my?
my.
Actually, yeah, I'll send it to you, and then actually, she sent it to you.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, yeah. She said she sent it to myself, you, and Leo.
Okay.
Here, I'll send it to you again, though.
Okay, that'll work.
There you go.
Okay, let's see if I can. Oh, this is on Facebook itself.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let me pause this. Okay, we'll pause it. This is only like a 2-minute video, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, cool. Let me share screen. Let me see here. Hang on, folks. We got something pretty cool. Is there audio to this, or is it just a video?
It's a video and an audio.
Okay, I'll hit audio. That is number 8. Okay, folks, here we go. Let's see what we got going on here.
I don't know what the hell that is.
Oop.
This is West Oakland.
Can everybody hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Can everybody see it?
She's got some weird like tail on it.
Back it up, please.
Yeah, I'll back it up here. No, you can hear a jet in the background. Okay, hang on just a second. Let me back it up.
I don't know
There
what
we
the
go.
hell that is. This is West Oakland. She's got some weird like tail
See the
on it.
tail on that? The smoking tail? Claire?
Yeah, I see it.
That could be the delivery agent of
Fluttering
COVID
a
too,
bit,
right?
too.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, absolutely.
That's what we were talking about earlier. See that tail? I thought it was a
Seems like
comet
drone,
or
but
an
man, I don't even
asteroid
know.
or a meteor.
What the hell is it? Whoa!
Holy
What the
shit,
hell's
look at
going
that.
on?
Yeah, that's the airburst that they've been talking about, right? So I wonder if that's what it is.
Back to the camera, like I'm pointing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh,
hell
my.
is
When
it?
was this? Hang
This
on
was
a minute.
last night.
This was last night. That's
Yeah.
exactly what this is.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah, that's what
Yep.
that's what I was saying.
That's exactly what
Adrian.
this is.
And look at that smoking
Awesome.
trail, right?
Yep.
Look at that
That's a-
trail that it has.
That's exactly what this is. This is the asteroid that they were talking about that was supposed to come in. Yep.
No.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Pause that for a second.
Anybody else?
Larry,
West Oakland?
if we take
Over-
your
it's over
theory
down
into
by,
account of a meteor
At the freeway.
delivering COVID, right? It could
Yep.
have been like this.
Exactly like this. Yes. Yep. Except we know that one back in October, I played you guys the
What the
video.
hell is that?
That was a big son of a bitch that went over top of China.
Can you guys
So-
see
Yeah.
like some
Yeah.
weird tail?
Yeah, look at that. That's what that is. That's exactly what that is. That was the airburst that we were supposed to see. Yep. Wow. Awesome.
Let's start to move too far away, but whoa, that's freaking weird.
I'm almost sure of it.
That's so weird. I don't know if you guys can see like the string that's hanging off of it. It's like a tail.
Now I wonder which direction like that
That's
flew
really, it's
over,
really far away, but
how
like,
it
you can see
happened.
the
We
tail
should
on
keep
it.
an eye on how the pandemic works in that area.
What the
Yeah,
hell
no
is
kidding,
that?
right?
Yeah, we should keep an eye. I'm gonna look more into that and see where this was. Does it say in the description?
Let me boot this back up here and we'll hit it
What the
again
hell
and
that
see.
is?
Live, what's in the sky? No, it doesn't give a thing on it in the description. Damn. I'll play it again.
This is West Oakland.
People are saying this is a weather balloon, blah blah blah, in the other comments. Not
She's got
hardly.
some weird like tail on it.
Nope, that's exactly. Now, at first, when you hear that jet,
Yeah,
yeah, at first I thought it may have been a
It's like
flare
fluttering
from
in the wind,
military
too.
aircraft or something, but that's not a flare. It would have hung, it wouldn't have been moving.
Like, it almost seems like a drone, but I don't even know. What the hell is it? Whoa!
Yep,
What the hell's going
that's
on?
where it come into the atmosphere, right
It
there. That's where it broke our stratosphere.
It back to the camera like it pointed at us. What the hell is it?
Now, if you remember, Omar, in the
New
other
Mexico.
one, the one that's supposed to happen a couple of nights ago, they told you do not watch it as it comes in because you could get blinded from it because
Yeah.
they're so
Hell
bright,
is
some
that
of them. Yeah. Wow, this is amazing. Good show. I'm glad somebody got it. Awesome. That
What the
is
hell
awesome.
that?
It could be over New Mexico because I keep seeing New Mexico in
Anybody
the
else know
comments.
something? It's over now by 7th Street at the freeway.
Google that. What street name was that?
I didn't catch it. We'll play it one more time here before we
What the hell is that?
quit.
Can you guys see like it has like some sort of weird tail?
But see that stream? That's what I'm talking about. That stream could have anything in it, you know, and it could just float forever, you know, because you're seeing it at night. So,
It's
you know,
starting to move too far away. But
you wouldn't see
that's
the
freaking weird.
chemtrail behind it, you know.
A guy with a laser pen fucking up with people.
It's so weird. I don't know if you guys can see like the string that's hanging off of it. It's like a tail.
It is a tail. That's exactly what it is. It's not a string. It's
It's really far away, but like you can see the tail on it.
yeah. That you seen it when it came in when it did that fireball. That's when it actually broke through our atmosphere. It's actually in our atmosphere at that time. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. One more time, we're gonna play this, and
I don't know what the hell that is. This is West Oakland.
now I'm going to assume that little object you see in the background back there, that dot, I believe that's
It's got
either
some weird,
Venus
like, tail on
or
it.
Sirius, one of the two.
The moon, it could be the moon too.
It could be the moon, but it looks a little
Yeah.
low in the sky for the moon.
Looks
But
pretty bright to be
It's fluttering
Venus.
in the wind too.
yeah, it could be.
Plus, Venus has that four distinct sparkle, right?
It almost seems
Yeah.
like a drone, but I don't even know. What the hell is it? Whoa!
There it is.
What
Yep.
the hell is going on?
Yep.
That's
That's
crazy.
where it broke through the atmosphere. Unbelievable.
Look at that tail.
The camera like it pointed
That
at
could
us.
be carrying anything.
Yep.
What the hell is it?
Wow. That's amazing.
Never seen nothing like it.
Yep. That's what that is, though. That's exactly what that is.
What the hell is that thing? What the hell is that?
And of course, it'll just
Anybody
burn
else
up
know
coming in.
something?
You know, there won't be nothing left
it's
of
over
it.
now by 7th Street at the freeway.
Totally
What the hell
amazing.
is that? Can you guys see like it has like some sort of weird tail?
Give the guy credit. He did real good with his phone camera, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, did a good job.
Steady hand.
Steady hands,
It's starting to move
staying
far
on
away,
it. He's
but-
not
Oh,
zooming
that's
in and
freaking
out on it
weird.
very much. Yep.
That's so weird.
Nice job.
I don't know if you guys can see like the string that's hanging off of it. It's like a tail.
And he's explaining it pretty well too.
It's really far away, but like you can see the tail on it.
Probably like
What
skipped
the
off
hell is
of our atmosphere.
Yeah. Now I don't know where he is. He looks like he's standing on a mountainside or something somewhere, or up high. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Because he's looking down into a valley or something when he's watching that. But yeah, that's pretty. I couldn't catch where he said he was at. So
Like
yeah.
Center Street or something like that by the highway.
yeah,
Not quite sure. Wasn't clear enough.
yeah. We'll have to do some investigating on that. But yeah, that's wow, good deal. Thank you, Amy, for that.
Props. My beautiful honey.
Good job. Good job. Awesome. But that's what that is. That's that asteroid they were talking about that was supposed to be seen. And yeah, that's cool.
So let's talk about your theory. This happened in China. This happening now, and then in the news lately, we're hearing that there's going to be waves
Yeah.
of this COVID. So I wonder if they know something that we don't, because they
Well,
know.
it's very possible. Let me
Right?
see
They
if I
know.
can find that video again. Let me see here. I think that was on YouTube. Well, matter of fact, let me just hang on just a second. Let's see. Asteroid over China. And we'll play that video one more time so people can see that. Hit enter. Duh. Okay, here we go. This is okay. Let me see here if I can bring this up. If it'll load. Oops. Here we go.
Wow, man.
Okay, now I gotta come back and share the screen. Hit the Chrome tab. Bright fireball streaks across. Okay. There's that. Bring it in full screen. All right. And we'll play this. This happened in October 12th, 2019. And there it is. And watch there. Look how bright this gets. This is over northeast China, right up where all the major cities and stuff are.
Wow, like daylight.
Just like daylight. Yes, sir. Now, this is only not even a couple of miles above ground. You know what I'm saying? When it finally burnt up. Look at that. That would blind somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Look at that.
Look at that. Just like daylight.
Yep. Amazing. Here it is on a black and white camera. Oof. You can see the date there on the video, 9/11/2019. There it is again. Awesome. So yeah, that's
How
this
far?
is the-
How near is that to Wuhan?
it's just, well, it's northeast China, which Wuhan is probably I'm going to say I wouldn't think it's a half an hour southwest. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really not that far away. And being it was that big of an explosion or that big of a brightness, they probably seen it themselves. You know what I'm saying? Being it's that proximity. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't give an actual. It just says northeast China. You know, so it's not giving you an actual proximity. It may have been right over top of Wuhan for all we know. You know.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
saying. But
I get what you're saying for sure.
yeah, but this is what I'm talking about with panspermia. You know, as you know, back years ago, that meteor that they found in Antarctica was a big report about it. You know, they found microbial life, and the big headlines at that time was "Life comes from outer space." You know, if anybody remembers that.
Mm-hmm.
And
they discovered that meteor in 1982.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. And that's where all of this started from, with this panspermia stuff. And this is how it all began with that particular meteor. And that one came from Mars, that particular chunk. So that was pretty, pretty crazy thing. But
What are the chances of that, eh?
yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, that's just amazing. So my deal is, and of course, there's other scientists, or one other scientist that actually has been pushing this agenda about the coronavirus with this meteor. This same meteor that I'm talking about is the same one that he talks about being the one that brought in the coronavirus. And because of the jet streams that we have now around the world, as the world spins and we have all these jet streams all over the world, it's being carried, all around the world. And that's, that's what this is. So there you go. So
I watched a Star Trek episode one time, and it was Star Trek Voyager, and the show was about this advanced civilization. They had mechanicalized an asteroid, and they directed these asteroids towards this particular planet, and they'd blow up and shit. And cause disease and such. And in order for the people that were living there to evacuate, so that they can come in and claim the planet, right? So again, and to have that ancient alien touch to it, right? What if it's a biological weapon by ET? And you have to take in consideration too with this Space Force that Donald Trump created recently, and there's more to that than really meets the eye, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So they know some, because look what's happening. It's unprecedented. Unprecedented. Nothing like this in human history has ever happened.
No, nothing like this.
We're living through history right now.
Exactly. Let's see here if I can find a video. I wanted to show
This will be
this.
in textbooks. This event. Just like 9/11. It's like that big. 9/11 brought the world to a halt.
Absolutely. Yep.
Changed the world that we live in forever, and this is going to do the same thing. Now, whether this is a false flag, an extraterrestrial attack, a natural event, bird flu, swine flu, doesn't matter, right? This is on an unprecedented scale, and the response to it has been anyhow. So there's more at play here than what really meets the eye.
Oh, absolutely. Let's see here. Where is
Kimberly, right? The bugs whacked us, Johnny.
Yeah.
Eric, the changing times. Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully the outcome is going to be positive and it's going to work in the favor of humans. And we'll be in better shape.
Oh, come on now. I think I screwed up. Hang on a second, folks. I'm getting there.
We should have a movie night.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We should have a movie night. Like Closer Encounters.
Yep.
Eyes Wide Shut. Things like that. Every other day, have a movie night. Sit here, talk about the movie as it's playing.
Okay. Now, Well, let's see here if we can get it on a video. It would be really nice. Okay. I need something updated here. Ah.
Fourth kind, yep. Kimberly, right?
Well, you know that Stephen Greer just come out with a new movie, Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, a new documentary for Mr. Greer. He coined the phrase "the fifth kind," but as we know, that it was Dr. Hynek who actually coined the first, second, and third. Closer encounters or close
Mhm.
encounters, yeah. And he was actually in the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Dr. Hynek was. And then later on, somebody else came up with the fourth kind, and then Dr. Greer coined the fifth kind, and now there's 6, 7, and 8 kinds. So, yeah, they keep going, but it's pretty
Let's
amazing.
coin our own encounters of the ninth kind. When you're looking up in the sky,
Yeah,
you don't see nothing, but they saw you.
exactly. Okay, let's see if I can find this. I
I
want
see
to
a lot of
find.
weird shit up in the clouds, though, right? Lots. Amy is a avid cloud watcher and takes a lot of pictures of clouds. And she comes back from her walks and shows me these pictures of these clouds, and we zoom in and have a look. And there's some pretty bizarre shit
Right.
up in the clouds, like clouds that are square, right, and moving. And there's others where the cloud looks like it's forming around something that has like a right angle to it. The jet streams, those?
That is the jet stream as of right now. Yep.
Oh wow, as they are right now, real
Right
time.
now. Yep. This is it.
Wow, cool.
As you can see, 3/19/2020 at 1300 Zulu.
Oh yeah, I see it.
So there you go. This is happening right now. So you can see all this redness here, and stuff, and the big swath here and all that. And if you can make out the countries here, but this is
What
what
are
it
the red
looks like.
colors? Does it say like what are the red streams?
Let's see here.
Low pressure, high pressure?
Welcome to our new global jet stream forecast map. News weather, drag the map around to move it. The mouse wheel will zoom in and out. Pinch to zoom on mobile tablet. The map update 4 times a day. Our initial small features using this new mapping technology. Keep your eyes out for further additions soon. Cool. Okay. So it says that we can, check it out. Cool.
Oh,
I
very
can
cool.
actually, I can spin the whole globe around. So let's see here. Where are we? Here we are. This is the United States. Right here. There it is. So, wow. So this here's the Great Lakes up in here, in this region. Canada. Gee, man, you guys are like it's right on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. And then this is coming in across California and all that area and right up through central United States, right into New York City. Look at that. All along the East Coast there.
Zoom in, Clarence?
Let me see. I think I can. Oh, let me see. Oh, here we go.
Well, that was different a couple of days ago. The date changed, or?
There we go. I can zoom it in a little bit more if you want. Spin it around here. As you can see, There we go. Can everybody see that okay with the lakes and all
Yeah,
that? This up here is your
Hudson's Bay. That looks like a
Hudson
bird.
Bay. Yeah, right there's Hudson Bay. You can see it there. This is the jet stream here.
Vida asked anything in Australia coast. Thanks.
Well, we can find out.
Yeah. See if you can zoom in a little bit, Clarence. See what those red things are really about.
Well, let's see here. Woof. That's got to be hot air. That's what that is.
Yeah, yeah,
The more red it is, the more warm it is. Yeah.
yeah. That's a good call.
Yep. That's exactly what that is.
Oh yeah. You figure that red would be over British Columbia right now because we're experiencing pretty warm.
Yep.
I
Well,
wonder what
this
the
is-
dark areas are. Like there's no wind, no jet stream over that area.
Over which area?
Like the areas that are dark.
Apparently not. No, this is like the major weather, the major
Yeah,
jet
yeah.
streams that happen. This is our season. This would be like our equinox jet streams,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
come through. And of course you got to remember now that the earth is spinning at how many thousand miles an hour, Yeah. So
About
there's-
1,000 miles an hour. That's why we have 24 time zones.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see here if we can find Miss Vida. Where are we at here? That's Ecuador.
Yeah, go to your west.
This is Antarctica. Where are we at here? We got to go over here, right?
How Antarctica looks with the jet stream.
Well, we can check it.
They're saying that it's pretty hot down there, right?
It's circling
Oh,
it. Wow.
I could see that because all that light is being reflected off the ice, right?
Yeah, remember now, you're looking at the Pacific, Atlantic, and the other ocean. There's 3 oceans there. So, yeah, it's pretty
Atlantic, Indian, and Pacific.
Pacific. Yeah, exactly. So I want to get
I wonder if Australia is the same thing. Where it's
this
going around it.
Australia right here. Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah,
Okay. So this would be Australia. And right at the very bottom,
kind of catching what Antarctica has.
yep,
Go
basically.
towards Antarctica a bit. See if you can get Antarctica and Australia on the same. Yeah, like that.
Here we go. Yep.
It's almost like Australia is like pulling in the jet stream from Antarctica.
From Antarctica. Yeah, sure looks like it.
Yeah,
So if this moves northerly or westerly, actually, because we're on a tilt here, yeah, they'll definitely it'd cover the whole thing of Australia eventually.
Vida said that's where she lives, down in that line.
Really? Well, there
Yeah.
you go. Yep.
BJ says it's now 72 Fahrenheit here in West Florida.
Ain't that something? So let's see here. Now,
There's China right there.
is that China? Right here
Yeah.
in front of me, right?
A little bit to the right.
Over this way?
Yeah, there we go, right there.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
Look at
See,
that.
that's yeah, absolutely. Look at that. And if you follow this all the way around,
That goes up into the United States, Canada, and then into Europe.
oh, look at that. See that? Look at that swath right here.
Mhm.
Yep.
See what the North Pole looks like.
Almost the same as the bottom.
Yeah,
It's in a big circle. Yep. The streams are all staying on the outside regions.
let's see what it looks like over Italy and Spain and Europe there, because they're in the middle of a pandemic now, right?
Right.
Total breakout there, and that looked like it was connected to going into China.
Oh, let's see here. Where
Go
are
north.
we? We got to go.
There, and yeah, there we go.
Let's see here. No, did I go too far?
Yeah, right there.
I'm looking for
There's
the
Africa
boot.
to the south, Greenland to the north. So you got her.
I'm looking
There's the
for.
Dead Sea.
Where is Italy? I'm looking
Italy
for
is right there. That looks like a boot, right in the center of the screen. Keep going down. Yeah, right there. Yeah, there's Italy, just a little bit north of your mouse.
Oh, duh. I'm looking at the
Yeah.
wrong way. That's why. Okay.
It looks
Yeah.
like a boot there
Yeah.
in the Mediterranean Sea.
Gotcha. So, oh, yeah. Hello. Wow.
That's like flowing over North Africa, and then you got one up in Germany
Yep.
and Scandinavia, Greenland, Iceland, Britain, and Spain is down at the bottom. So Spain and Italy doesn't appear to have that jet stream going over them. Just a little bit to the, they got that little one happening there. That's more like,
Right here.
Jordan and Israel and Palestine and stuff.
India. Yeah. That area.
Yeah,
Mm.
India is like further to the east.
To the east. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
right where your mouse is. That looks like a part of like Palestine, Golan Heights, Libya, Syria.
Mm-hmm. So
There's
yeah,
a
and
rat.
this changes a lot, as it goes along. And of course, this is going to be between the countries here. So here's the United States over on the west side here, and the jet stream comes up and look at this big swath they got, and it drops right back down in circles, and then you got this here that came across, shooting right across. So Italy, and that's right in here. Yeah. Yep. Smacking Germany pretty good right now. Wow. So that's what the jet streams look like, folks.
If this COVID is like airborne,
Now
right,
watch
then
this.
this looks like a pattern to that as well, right? Where the outbreaks are happening. So I continuously keep going back to what you're saying, right, with the meteor, and that makes a lot more sense to me than a Bill Gates created biological weapon. I'm not saying that he's a good guy, but he's taking a lot of heat on this, right? That his labs created it, and then he put it out there so he can vaccinate people and shit, and
Right.
kind of makes sense, but not really. There's meteor is more plausible in my mind because of the way this is taking place. Plus, and I'm trying to think about the ancient alien theory and all this as well, right?
Yeah.
And that's the angle that I'm looking at it from.
Wow. Pretty amazing.
73 and Southeast North Carolina. Is that what an SE is? Is there
Yeah,
a state with the SE?
Yep. No, that's Southeast North Carolina. 73 in Southeast Carolina. Wow. And if we look at the map where the jet stream is,
7 in Canada right now in Kamloops. It was 12 degrees today.
so if we can look here, I'm trying to see right where, yeah, so this is all the North England or New England area up in here. And as you come down, you got the Carolinas and all that down in this area, and Virginia Beach and all that. And then this down in here would be part of Georgia. And then, of course, you got Florida here, the Bermuda, Bermuda Triangle all out in this area. So, but boy, central U.S. Yeah, that's crazy.
Vita says, yes.
Look at that.
Weather patterns are accurate to where the people are infected with the information.
Yep. Exactly.
Look at that little yellow blob. That's like right over where I'm at.
Pretty much. Yeah.
That tiny little one in Canada,
Right up in
Western
here.
Canada. Yeah,
Yep. Right
that's
there.
like right above me.
Yep. This here would be Washington, Oregon,
Yeah,
this part down here, and then you got California and Southern California, and then down in here you got Nevada, Utah, and that area, and then on up into
Mexico.
Mexico and all the way across up into Nebraska, Texas would be right in here. Then you got Nebraska and Oklahoma and all that area up in here. Yep. Wow.
Yeah, let's watch the weather over the next few days, Clarence, because of that burst last night, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And see how
Absolutely.
the rates, if there's any increase
Yeah.
in the infections. I guess we wouldn't know for a couple of weeks, but
Not for at least a week
yeah, let's
anyway.
keep an eye on that, and let's keep an eye on this data here too, and then compare the two later on,
Yeah.
and then see if there was any
I'm going to save
solid
this to
pattern to
my
this.
bookmarks here. I'll save it to the web. That way I know right where it is. Pretty interesting, though. I like how I can move that around and check it out all over the globe, though. That's pretty cool. Awesome. Very interesting, folks. There you go. Yeah. Glad we found that.
Julie says first case of COVID at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, announced yesterday.
Wow. Huh.
So look at the synchronicity here on this poster, Clarence. Didn't even realize it, but kind of looked at it. We got 20, 20, 20.
Oh, my goodness.
Then
20,
you have
20,
March.
20. Yeah.
You have March, which is the third month, and then you have 320s.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
Never
huh?
realized it until I was just looking at it.
Yeah. That's cool.
This guy's pretty big into that too, right? Like 1111, right?
Good.
Things like
'cause
that,
I
right?
got
So,
good questions for him about all of that.
yeah, I'm gonna point that out to him and say, take a look at the date, buddy.
Yeah. That's funny. Wow. Awesome. 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 Wow. Yeah, so that's my theory on that panspermia with that meteor back in October going over northeast China. And then, of course, with the jet stream and stuff like that, I honestly think that it's, that's how it made its way around and was spread around. And, not to mention other people, obviously, but because there's a lot of cases that they cannot find any source of contact for some of these people that are getting sick,
Mm-hmm.
and it just makes more sense to me that they're actually breathing in the air, it's definitely on the lam, so it's the only way I can explain it. If you're not having contact with sick people or anything like that, or you haven't traveled, you haven't gone anywhere, I don't know.
There's a lot of those cases popping up in the States too.
Yes.
I've heard of a few now on the fake news, and they're saying that there's no connection there. I think there was one or a couple of cases here in BC where these people had no contact with anyone who may have been infected, right? Or they haven't gone outside the province or been in any contact with anyone that's come into the country, but suddenly they're sick. So,
Yeah.
They can't find the 0.0 of it, right? So they're kind of panicking. And then that's when they started talking about like community transmission about a week and a half ago. And then a few days ago, they confirmed that there was community transmission. And then now we're where we're at.
Oh, it's amazing.
Good old lockdown.
Yeah. Good old lockdown. Just what we needed.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I've been saying for a while now that we need a global strike, and that's exactly what's happening. And hopefully, let's just really hope that the system crashes, and they're forced to reinvent it. And next time they reinvent it, it's going to be in the favor of the people and not the corporations, where
Right.
people are going to be valued and their skills are going to be valued, their time is going to be valued, and they'll be compensated accordingly, not treated like slaves, given access to education and given access to health care. And, we're back to, our gold standard, right? Which worked. It was for the people. If you borrowed money from the government, you didn't pay any interest. You paid back what you borrowed, and education was cheap. And hopefully this time around, education is for free. And I'd really like to see like an Ubuntu type of societal setup that Michael Tallinger talks about, where you volunteer your time in your community, and the community bands together like a co-op,
Yep.
right? A cooperation, and in that way, your housing is taken care of, your food is taken care of, your education is taken care of, your bills are paid. It sounds really communist, but it's not. That's a community coming together, and you have a community garden, right? So in your community garden, you grow 5,000 potatoes. Everybody in that community that helped tend that garden gets a piece of that pie. And if you have too much, then you go to the next community over and you trade with them. Because what if they have an excess of tomatoes?
Yeah.
Right? So you trade potatoes for tomatoes. Now you got tomatoes and potatoes, and everybody's happy. Right? So
Exactly.
if you keep everybody happy, then nobody's going to want to go out and kill anybody or hurt anybody or molest anybody or look down at anybody, because their needs are provided for and taken care of, and then they can just work on bettering themselves and those around them, and that's it.
Yep.
And I'm hoping that that's going to be the outcome.
Well, I hope you're right. I mean, that's, absolutely. I found another video. I was hoping I could get it to work, but Facebook is so glitchy now. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. What happens
Yeah, I noticed that too. I thought it was my browser.
No, it's not you. It's definitely on Facebook. I'm trying to see. Come on.
Load Facebook on Chrome. It takes forever, man, forever and ever and ever. And when I open up Facebook, say like on Opera, right, which I use, then it works just fine.
Wow. Yeah, I think what it is the video itself isn't loading very fast. I don't know if I can just reload it. Let me try to refresh it. I'm hoping this works. I'd like to get people to watch this. This is pretty cool. Well, they can make up their own mind what they think it is or what it is.
Let's get people's opinion on this image, Clarence.
Oh my goodness.
This is 5G, right? So a lot of people have been making a connection with COVID and 5G and such. So
yeah.
What do you guys think? Here's an image and what's happening currently. What are your thoughts? Let's see some comments, and we'll show them on screen and talk about it.
Well, you know that I had that video that girl did about 5G and how she explains how it affects your lungs and all this other stuff, and da-da-da. And I sent it around. I gave it to Mike Volbeat because of his group, and Facebook took it off.
Yeah, that's what they did with one of my articles that I did on 5G. And then they had the tenacity to message me and saying that they can boost my post.
Oh, ain't that something really? Yeah, boost your post.
Here's an interesting map, Clarence. Check that out, buddy. And this is where the infections are happening, right?
Oh, let me see. Hang on.
Nothing up here,
Oh, yeah.
nothing up in the northwest, but you kind of see it in California. And
Now,
Yeah.
see, and this is where that streamline, remember that streamline we just showed?
yeah,
Comes right through here, right up here, and right out there. Yep, covered up all of Texas and all that. So, yeah,
it's almost like it follows that.
yeah, it sure does.
It's almost identical to the jet stream that we just saw. Because remember, up in the northwest, it was all dark.
Yeah.
Right?
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing about 5G, and it's only carried by certain carriers right now, as far as phones go. So you got to be in a well-populated city in order to even use it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And it's still not out to full strength yet. You know, that's another thing I was thinking about earlier too. You know, um, so as far as like people like myself in the rural areas and that, we haven't even got it yet. So, you know, but if you're in a major city like Dallas or say San Francisco or New York City or whatever, there are spots that you can get 5G. So, you know, especially in a lot of these bigger cities, Chicago, you know, areas like that. So Minneapolis, I'm sure has it, you know, or some of it anyway. So, yeah. Wow. Amazing. Okay. I got this other video here if you guys want to watch it real quick. Crime scene do not Rothschild. That's funny. That's funny.
what's going on here? They're controlled by the phone. Eric says radio signals here in Houston everywhere. Alexander, Spectrums, Eric, Towers, iPhones or Android.
Either or. Yep.
Yeah.
Either or. Well, what is it? T-Mobile has their own 5G network, but it's not actual 5G, even though they tell you it's 5G, you know. So they're kind of hornswoggling people. I just found that out earlier, you know. So, yeah, kind of a sad deal. But, yeah, let me, I got this other video here up. And let's see here if we can, we'll try it. We'll see what happens. We'll share this. I'm not going to share the audio to it because there's a lot of noise in it, but let's see here. Make sure we got it full screen. There we go. And let's play. That's a lot of lights, buddy. Woo.
Oh, wow. That's a cluster.
Yeah. Now it says real UFO sighting over the sea, but it doesn't say what sea. It doesn't say you know, Japan or California or wherever, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't say anything about where it's actually from.
I noticed this kind of stuff happens a lot in South America, where there's all these clusters, right, that form, like sometimes hundreds of them.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of footage out of South America that's like that, especially like from Brazil.
Right.
Mexico as well, I find. A few I've seen from there.
Well, come on now. Timer's still running, so I don't know if it's just glitching or if it's just the way the video is. We'll see here. Oh, come on. I hate when stuff like this happens when it won't play like you want it to.
Yeah.
God, you think With all this technology we got, you think you'd be able to just watch the damn video, you know?
You know
That's
what
the-
I do, Clarence, is oh, there we go.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, this guy's like trying to zoom in on it, eh?
Yeah, kind of. Whoop, there
Lost
we
it.
go.
So there it is. How many are there?
Oh my
One.
gosh. Let me see if I can get a clear shot. I'll stop it real quick. Okay. Oh, not quite. Quit moving. Oh, they're on a boat for one thing, so it makes it kind of rough. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 total.
Look at that, baby.
Yeah. 14 total. And there's kind of a pattern to this. Look at this. See how there's 3 there?
Yeah.
And there's 3 here. And then you got 3 here. And then you got these 2 and then these 2. You know, it's kind of weird.
Kind of like wing guys and the lead,
Yeah.
right? Like Air Force formation.
Yeah.
How you doing, co-host?
No.
So doing some scanning. See, I wouldn't be scanning like that. I'd just be hanging out, you know, just keeping it right on them.
Is there
Make
any
sure-
audio? Is this guy excited or?
There is audio. Let me. Oh, somebody added music to it. That's not cool.
Look at that, honey.
See, somebody overdubbed it with music.
A fleet of them.
Yeah. Ooh, almost 10,000 steps. Man, you're on, baby. You're so good. Got a co-host here, my beautiful wife.
Cool.
Hi.
Hello, Amy.
Hi, Clarence.
We watched that video earlier, the one that you sent,
Um,
that
Asteroid?
asteroid one. Yeah, that was that
Oh,
asteroid, right?
That's
That was
really
that. Yeah,
interesting.
that airburst last night. That was that they've been talking about. And we watched it over and over again.
yeah, because that guy could don't say what the fuck is that?
And yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. These clusters, eh?
Yeah. Is this recent?
When was this video, Clarence?
On Tuesday.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
it
Tuesday.
happened on
So,
Tuesday. Today's Thursday.
so just 2 days ago.
Yep, just 2 days ago. Now it doesn't tell us who, what, where, nothing, you know. Just says sighting over sea, share in groups, it says. So we're gonna share it in our group. I hate it when they put music over top of stuff though, you know.
Yeah.
Somebody dubbed it.
You want to hear the real stuff, right?
Yeah. Doug Fish says, if I was recording that, I'd not take the camera off for
Nope.
an entire shot. Makes
Me
me
either.
wonder if legit, when I see things, I stay glued to it. Why
Yeah,
look all over the place? Well, they are on a sea too, right?
yeah,
Bouncing up and down.
yeah, up and
I'll
down
be
and that. But
excited
they
because
are
of that.
looking there, you know, they're scanning the sky, so to speak.
Yeah.
So
VJ says moving around is rather irritating to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. It is for myself as well.
yeah, I don't blame her.
I've
Let me
watched
see.
other videos that are similar. Amy finds videos like this, right? And shares them and sends them, and I watch them. And yeah, sometimes you get that lot of shaking, zooming in and out.
Yeah.
Right? It's like just find a spot
Because they're
and stick
excited?
to it.
You think because they're excited? Or?
Yeah, I know I would be.
Yeah, this is
I'd piss myself.
Oh,
I'd be
this
like,
is on
"Oh,
a continuous loop, so you're just going to see the same thing back and forth. So
yeah.
They just did that so they get minutes watched on YouTube.
Most likely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to stop this and just see. Well, hang on.
Yep. David Rucker. Shout out to David Rucker.
Wanted to see if I could count that, but it's on a continuous loop. So,
Yeah.
making me dizzy.
It's like being on a bad roller coaster
Yeah,
ride.
no shit. Like, where's my bag at? Oh, there you go, folks. I'm not going to keep running this thing. It's going to make me sick. Yeah, but yeah, so cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty good pause on it. How many we got here? Because I saw in the comments 15.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, there's 13. I think I counted 14 earlier. There's 13
I
there.
got 14.
Yeah. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep, 14. So, wow. So that is that. I like that, Omar. It's cute. I am whatever the system tells me I am. That's funny.
Unfortunately, that's the mentality that most of the world lives in. Right? They just obey and follow rules, and they accept their designation in society and just roll with it.
Yep, exactly.
Continue believing that they use 10% of their brain. Here, I'll tell you a little story about that. Using 10% of your brain. It's a totally misconstrued story, and it's been twisted to serve a purpose. The actual story about the origins of 10% of the brain is that there was this French brain scientist back in the 19th century, 20th century, and he was trying to understand the human brain. So he had a lot of cadavers and a lot of live experiments going on, and so he referred to, somebody asked him about the brain one time, and he said that we only understand about 10% of our brain.
Yeah.
And then as Darwinism took grip and hold of our educational system, they began saying that we use only 10% of our brain. Right? So keep that in mind, people, next time. You actually use 100% of your brain.
And why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Why wouldn't you? That's like using only half of my left toe. Half of it is paralyzed, the big one, so it refuses to move, while the other one is struggling to move.
Too funny.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to throw some comic and
No, oh man, I just swallowed Coke down my lungs.
Oh no, you okay?
Yeah, I'll be all right. I'm just trying to drown myself. That's all. Oh my goodness, that kind of hurted. Oh Lord. Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to see what else I can find out real quick here. Let's see here. Yeah, they got some interesting stuff. This all come out of the Ancient Alien group page, by the way, if anybody's interested. So yeah, that's why I called the show tonight. What is that, real or not? Yeah.
Here's
Cool.
a good one, Clarence.
Yeah, Mr. Icky, David.
the what other people think syndrome.
Big ordeal
This is
over
kind
him
of fun.
in the alien page.
I didn't realize I could do this with the with this.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Like upload images for a profile.
Yep. Get myself all discombobulated here. Excuse me. Boy, did myself in that time. All right, let's see here.
Oh, here's my. That's my beautiful little boy, Gilbert, sitting in the bathroom sink.
Cutie.
I just had to share it.
Here's something for you.
What creepy. Holy shit.
Oh, he moves.
Oh, wow, look at that.
See how he moves?
Yeah, 3D.
Isn't that weird?
That's crazy.
Yeah, you do is
Oh,
move your
wow.
mouse over him. That is so
That the
weird.
doctor comes and visits you.
Ah,
Amy, we believe, has had abductions for a long time because she's got these recollections of
he's really-
these kind of like seem like dreams, where these things are like standing over her, wearing medical coats and stuff, and poking and prodding at her and doing things to her.
Oh, wow.
On a
I saw
physical,
them in a room.
they were in the room.
Yeah, I came down the stairs and I went around the corner to hear some murmuring, and I looked and they were really tall guys. Just wearing lab coats.
You hear that?
And then he heard me. He came around the corner and put his hand on my mouth. I couldn't scream.
Yeah, wow,
Yeah.
that's insane. To me, that doesn't sound like a dream to me.
No, I don't.
I couldn't move, and I saw these short beings walking towards me. I thought they were kids this whole time, but I'm thinking about it. It's like, no, they had big heads and they were walking towards me and they were short,
That's crazy.
and I couldn't move.
And that's usually what the description is too, eh, for these like little grays, because they say that there's different types of grays, right? There's like what, 5 different types of grays,
Yeah,
and the ones
that's
up
what
in
you're saying.
yeah, the ones up in the spaceship, they're the ones that they're the taller ones that are medical side of it, and then you got the ones that go and grab people and abduct them, and then they're the short little fuckers,
They
right?
had big heads. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they were kids, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've had abduction experiences. I'm quite certain of it because at some point, they're just no longer dreams anymore. Because why would you have the same recurring dream over and over and over and over again? And you're always running too, right? And we're always making fun of that because Amy wakes up tired too, right? And she's like, "Holy fuck, they were chasing me again last night."
Wow.
And because we went from being dreams to now like pinpointing it, right? And they're chasing me at night, and then I keep on saying it's like, oh well, maybe when you get up there, you're so terrified of what's happening, and you become troublesome, and you're always running, getting away from them, and booking it, right? And then at the end of the day, they still grab her, right?
Right.
And so yeah, I personally think they're abduction experiences myself. Yeah.
Those two for sure, I think, yeah.
Well, you've been having these all your life, though.
But yeah, those the running ones. Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
always running from somebody. I'm always this.
And they say that what was that? Like 70 to 80% of abductees are women, and they're involved in like breeding and shit up there too, right? They're a lot of these abductees are saying, and that kind of flows with my Saturn theory, where like 10,000-12,000 years ago, when this archonic force took a hold of our planet, and this genetic engineering that they continue to say that the Anunnaki did, right? Anunnaki may be reptilians,
Right.
and what they've done is that they've grown that reptilian part of our brain, which is the oldest part of our brain, and they've enlarged it, and and that part of our brain dictates our flight or fight instinct, right? And then this always continuous perpetual fear of like not having enough kind of deal, right?
Right.
And that's where all the hoarding today comes from. It's just the evolution of that enlargement of that part of the brain, which took away from other parts of our brains that was connected before. And that's where the reference of the Tower of Babel comes from, where they said that we had one language at one point, and we all understood one another. The way I interpret that is that we had telepathic abilities at at that point in time, and when this archonic force come down, they they took that away by enlarging the reptilian part of our brain and decreasing other parts of our brain, so we can be controlled easier, and plus we would vibrate at a lower frequency, right? A lower distortion, so that they can feed off the energy which that they're interested in, right? It was Manly P. Hall that actually referred to that a creature from outer space came in and took a hold of us and began rearing us as food, as we do chickens. And that guy was quite the philosopher, right? Here, I'll see if I can actually find something like that in my images here, Clarence.
Cool.
So for me, that makes sense, because if you're going to do that to a society, then men are really useless, right? Because you would want to reprogram the vessel that's going to create the next biological avatar, right?
Right.
So you go to the womb to make any genetic changes that you would wish to make. And that's why I believe, and I see the numbers that 70 to 80% of abductees are women,
Right.
and that's not by accident.
No.
This is like an ongoing thing that
Yep.
these guys have been doing for the past 10-12,000 years. Yeah, can you close that window, baby? Thanks.
Yeah, you see, and that's where they're talking about the hybrids and stuff like that, because they believe that they take more women to use the fertilization, the eggs and stuff, so on and so forth. Now, what they do with the men, I have no idea, but obviously it's some type of reproduction thing, going on there too, maybe using the sperm or the DNA of the men, and, using the incubation stages and that with the women, or something of that nature, but who knows for sure, but that's just the thesis of other, ufologists and stuff along that line. But scary thoughts, if that's what it is.
Yeah, and that's what we possibly could be, combating right now, Clarence. Right? If we take Q for instance, right? Everything Q has been saying, and Anonymous has been saying,
Right.
and remember, when this year started, there was a really big talk of massive changes in 2020.
Hmm.
So I'm not really all that surprised when seeing these events unfold, because they've been telling us about it, and we
Right.
just haven't been listening, right? If we just listen, then we might hear what these guys have been trying to tell us. And draining the swamp, that in itself has to be like a massive undertaking, because these are Satan worshiping societies and secret societies and such, right? So we have to really examine all corners and all aspects of what's happening here, even if we're just theorizing or speculating. Nothing
Right.
wrong with that, right? It's healthy to view things from multiple angles.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. There's a page here. Oh, it's a writer by the name of Dean Corpella, a journalist, reporter, anchor, and sports commentator for over 30 years. I was mesmerized by the UFO topic when I was just 5 years old, after watching the 1956 classic Earth versus the Flying Saucers. Did I even understand it at that age? Oh, sure. It scared the crap out of me. But I was hooked even back then. Do I believe in life elsewhere in the universe? I think it was said best in the movie Contact. The universe is a pretty big place. If it's just us, it seems like an awful waste of space. I think we have to be pretty ignorant to think we're it. Yeah. And he's got a complete write up here. And I'm trying to figure out where this actually came from. Alien Abduction Research, hundreds report abductions every month. And this was actually written in February of this year. And this is also from Revealed. So this is the same place that we just seen that other video from. The one,
The one with the clusters?
nope, the one with the the other one there.
Meteorite?
Let me see. Was it the meteorite?
The one
Which
that
one
Amy,
had? Huh?
the one that Amy sent?
I believe so. Yeah, it had the little logo up on the top that said "Revealed."
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the same one. So what I'll do is I'll snatch this. This is also in the Ancient Alien group page, but I'll snatch this up and I'll throw it down here in the comment as a link, and people can go to it and read it or whatever they want to do. There it is. And there we go. But yeah, that's in the Facebook Ancient Alien Theory page. Wow. Long article. Yeah. But pretty cool. Dean Caparella. Oh, he's a member of the group. Okay. And he writes for this outfit, so he's the one that actually posted it himself. So it's his own writing. Oh, this looks interesting. Hang on here. Oh, this is out of YouTube. I don't know if I can play it or not. Let me see here. Yeah, it's got 14,000 subscribers. I don't think I better play it. You'll probably nail me for copyright issues. Let me read here. Blah, 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 blah.
Vita says, my brother was a witness to capture photos with orange ball lights in the skies, 3 of them in static form.
Wow, cool. Yeah, I better not show this.
Doug asks, have you had contact, Omar? No, I mentioned earlier in the stream that I haven't had contact that I can prove, right? I've had some marks and such that have appeared on my body, but I can't say that I've been abducted or anything like that. I get information out of the ether, and really that's my only extraterrestrial interaction. David Rucker says, my father had a bright orange ball chase his car in the mountains of Pennsylvania in 1979. That's when he became a believer.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess. Hello, Gilbert. Yeah, I'd become a believer after that too, Dave.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
It's like kind of like Betty and Barney Hill.
Yeah.
They became believers awful fast.
Pretty something. I can't show this one either. Oh man, what is up? See, I gotta be careful about what I show because I'll wind up getting
you can't
dinged.
get copyright dings on it because we're commentating on it.
Yeah.
And that's the freedom of speech, right? What is that, the 4th right in the States, freedom of speech or
Right.
something like that, but it falls underneath that. So you can show any video and we can sit here and commentate on it, and there's nothing nobody can say.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody
Well,
could like grab this video and toss it on their video and start talking, and we wouldn't be able to do anything about it because they're exercising their freedom of speech.
okay. Well, we'll do
Share
that
of
then.
thought, right?
So
Unless you're commentating on, that's what I was saying earlier. We should have like movie nights and
yeah, well, I
on the
showed,
movie and sit here and just talk about it as the movie is playing, and there's nothing they can do.
yeah, I have showed full documentaries on my YouTube channel, before I got on the StreamYard,
Yeah,
I did Darcy Weir's because I had Darcy's permission, but, I did Darcy Weir's and I did another one, and I always put a disclaimer on there. It's for educational purposes only,
Yeah.
blah, 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 that kind of thing.
yeah,
But I didn't get dinged for either of them, but I did have to take out the ads that were in those shows. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I got dinged for the commercials. So, but
You know what you do, Clarence? This is what I do. I got the 4K downloader, and if I see a video that I want to keep for like future reference or whatever, I just copy the link and I paste it in the 4K downloader, and it downloads the video to my computer, and no commercials, nothing.
Cool. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Then. Awesome. Okay, let me share screen this. Now this is it's not a very long thing. About 4 minutes worth, I guess, something like that. But this is interesting. UFO wormholes. Portals in the sky. Yeah. And as you can see, this is from Paranormal Phenomena is the name of the channel, and this is on YouTube. And so yeah, this would be pretty cool to watch here. So let's see if I can
These are like clouds on steroids, baby.
Yeah. That's in the clouds, that's for sure.
Yeah, I was telling them that earlier. There were pictures of like UFOs and shit.
These weird shapes. That's one of them.
Oh, look at that.
Oh wow!
Oh, come on. Is this real? No way. Seriously?
Wow!
Oh, whoa.
Yeah! Holy
What
shit!
the heck?
I know it looks like a spotlight.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? With a beam
Yeah.
coming down? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like what you see in downtowns and shit, right? Where outside like nightclubs trying to attract attention.
Right.
I don't know if you guys do that down there, but here, some nightclubs they got like 2 spotlights outside their doors, and they're flashing them up in the air to attract people. Yeah, this is the one in Finland, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Like 2010
actually
or
say.
something.
Oh, I know what that is right there. That was that rocket that went nuts. It was a phosphorus rocket, and it went wacky after liftoff. And that's the actual phosphorus that you're seeing from behind it. There's a couple of different ones that did the same damn thing.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But that's what that is. That's an actual rocket that went nutsy. And they
Look
just
at
sat
that,
there and spun.
Fibocchini. Check out
Pretty
that
cool, though.
Fibocchini in that.
Yeah. Pretty
Wow.
awesome. Made a big hole. Yeah.
Looks weird on the screen.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the first time I've seen that happen. That's, there's a couple videos like that in different places. Actually, I think one of them was over Korea. What do we got here?
I got a, and I'll send you a link, Clarence. I got a video of a mega fucking UFO right above the Earth, and I've shared this video on numerous occasions.
Cool.
Here, I'll send you the link. Oh, here it is.
Now, see, something like this I would never believe is real. You know what I'm saying?
This was taken from the space station.
I never know what that light was. What's going on here? That looked like a explosion of some kind. That last one. Okay.
Want to back that up, Clarence? Yeah. I missed that. I was off screen here.
Yeah, let me see here if they'll allow us. How far back do you want me to go to that?
Just a minute, maybe a minute and a half.
Yeah, this is that one I said I didn't think it was real, but it's hard to say because they're inside of a vehicle. It looks like it's jumping up and down with the windshield there. So this here is the one I was questioning.
Yeah, this is the one here.
Yeah, and then you'll see an explosion later on with a big cloud of smoke right here coming up. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that very well could have been a blast of some kind that they caught.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, a shockwave.
Yep, exactly.
I sent you a link in the private chat on StreamYard here
Okay.
for that video that I got on my channel. It's a mega UFO. The footage comes off of the space station,
Okay.
and there's a part in it where I cut it and I replay it. But have a look at that. I think that's pretty legit. Oh, Doug Chris says, play again, freeze it at the light pole first one. Shows fake.
What's that now?
I don't know. At about what minute, Doug? It says play again, freeze it at the light pole first one.
Okay, I know what he's talking about. Right here. That the one?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, light pole, this one, okay. Yeah, that looks more like a reflection on a
It kind of does, you
windshield.
know, with the dot and stuff here in it, and you
Yeah,
got this
like on
deal here,
a windshield or glass.
or glass or something.
Yeah, that's what that looks like.
Yeah. But there again, though, it when it's first spotted,
He says where it was showing the sky, the Mega UFO coming through the clouds. Like Independence Day. Was there a Pokey Bean?
yeah, this is the cloud there, the circle, and the
Is this the one you're talking about, Doug?
then we got this one with the light pole. But you know what, though? Now looking at that, let me back that up just a little bit. That very well could be testing of some type of a rocket, or something of that nature. What you're looking here is the exhaust, and then as it, as they catch it, that could very well be the rocket itself. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but because normally they got like regular streaks behind them, so hard to say. Here's that one in the sky. There's the one with the hole in the sky right there. Yeah. This is the one I didn't know if it was real or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see how this looks.
Yeah, it's bobbing up and down. Yeah.
And when the wind, when the windshield goes up and down, it goes with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll back it up a little bit, and you can see that again here. Watch out when the windshield moves, or when you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything's floating, So
Yeah.
I'm almost thinking that could be a reflection off the glass itself.
Yeah. Like War of the Worlds, CGI.
Yeah. And this here could be anything. That could be a helicopter with a freaking light on it,
Yeah, it could be
shining down.
or even flashing a flashlight in the mirror.
But that is definitely a blast. I know what that is.
Yeah, that looks like a shockwave.
Yep, it sure is. But what they would be blasting at night, I have no idea. But yep, that's definitely a blast of some kind. But I mean, that's what these things are for. You look at them, you say yay, nay, or whatever. So yeah. All right, let's see if we can get your other video up here. If it'll load for us. Mega UFOs seen above the Earth. Oh, right there, huh?
See two of them.
Oh no. Here we go. Yeah, see, in NASA and them, they always have this thing about cutting video feeds when you come up with something like that. You know, it never fails. It's like you're not supposed to see it.
Yeah,
You know, that's the thing that drives me nuts about them.
that's pretty much it. But there's those two objects up in space, and they're pretty big to light up like that, right? And that's my point in that video. It's like, look at those two. They're massive objects.
Yeah, I'll replay it again here real quick. There they are.
You pause that when it gets double like that.
Right there.
See? And they're static.
Yeah.
They're static, and as the space station's going by, the reflection from the planet is lighting them up.
Yeah.
And then as it moves forward, it's almost like camouflage in the background with black, or they know it, they turned. See, and those are two massive objects, and they're static.
Wow.
They're definitely not the moon. And even if one of them was the moon, then what's the other object?
No, it wouldn't be the moon.
Yeah,
No way. That's too close to be the moon,
Yeah. So like, what are those two things up there? And they're massive, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
They could have, they're like the size of the Enterprise or even the Borg cube. Right?
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Everybody knows how big a Borg cube is, right?
Right.
It's massive. So that's kind of what the size of it. If we go into the Star Trek world, right, and then just imagine for a minute.
Awesome. Awesome. Alrighty. Cool stuff. Alrighty. Well, it's been 2.5 hours.
Yeah, wow, time flies, eh?
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, good stuff though. I'm glad we got it, and we can share it with folks and stuff like that. It's what I like doing on these shows. It's pretty cool. So we can gather up some more different things. So cool.
So earlier you were asking, when we did our show this morning, we were talking, and you were asked, the age category.
Yes.
Of people that are dying, and I said I'll do some research and look into it, and I was able to find a little bit of information on here, but not a whole lot, right? But I'll just try to bring it up here if I can.
Wow.
I'll just share my screen.
Okay. I'll bring it up here. Add to the stream. Oop. There we go.
I think this was. Okay, right here, it says So
But
it says,
44.
but of the 144 cases in people 85 and older, 31% to 71% were hospitalized, and 6.3 to 29% needed intensive care. The death rate in that age group was 10% to 27%. In contrast, among people 20 to 44, 14% to 21% of 705 cases were admitted to hospitals, and 2% to 4% to intensive care units. 0.1% to 0.2% died. The rate for middle-aged people fell between these extremes, while 29% to 44% of patients 65 to 74 were hospitalized, and 8% to 19% needed intensive care. 2.7% to 4.9% in this age group died. Approximately 49 million people in the U.S. are 65 or older.
So yeah, it doesn't look good for older folks. That's for damn sure. Yep.
Yeah, there was. Is this it? This is again back to the world meters that we've been looking at throughout this whole COVID thing.
Yes. Oh, there you go, right there. Yep.
Yeah, so 80 plus years old. It's confirmed cases 21.9, so about 22%, with an average of about 15% death rate. For 0 to 9, there's no fatalities, thank God.
Yeah.
That's good. 0.2% and 10 to 19 years old. And then 0.2 for people between 20 and 40 years old. And 0.4% for people in their 40s. And 50s is 1.3. 60s, 3.6. Yeah, so if older people between 70 and older are the ones that are at real risk here. The men are death rate 2.8% and women at 1.7%.
So it's hitting the men worse than the women by far, huh?
Almost twice as much.
Wow. So older males. They don't.
And then for people with pre-existing medical conditions, right? So if you have cardiovascular disease, death rate, confirmed cases 13.2%. Death rate is 10.5%. Diabetes, 7.3%. Chronic respiratory disease, 6.3%. Hypertension, 6%. Cancer, 5.6%. And non-pre-existing conditions is 0.9%.
Wow. Shoo.
That's pretty serious shit.
Yeah, it
right?
is.
A lot of people have these two right here.
Yeah, I got the first and the third. So
Yeah, this one too.
yeah.
Recommendo on that because a lot of smokers, right? And a lot of them have quit too.
Yeah. Well, I have COPD there and stuff real bad, and then of course I had the heart attack, over a year ago. So yeah. Wow.
Oh, look, transmission rate. Never saw that before.
Oh, there you go.
That's not very good numbers, eh?
No, it sure isn't. No.
245,000 cases and 88,000 people have recovered.
Yep. It's not a very, it's less than half.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
10,000
only
if we
a
take
quarter.
that into account. Yeah. Oh, what happened here?
Oh, BJ's leaving us. Says, gotta say goodnight to all. Be safe and thanks for everything. Be blessed. Oh, cool.
Oh, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, see? Check this out, eh, Clarence?
Well,
They're harassing Trump they're harassing Trump for saying it's a Chinese virus.
Yeah,
and
now
right
they're calling it the Wuhan coronavirus. Yeah,
yeah, check that out.
ain't that something? Gee, how much difference is it? Just call it Chinese virus, right? Oh my gosh.
They're attacking him because he's saying Chinese virus, and right here
Yeah,
they're
they're
saying
calling it
the Wuhan
the
coronavirus.
Wuhan
My
corona.
God, man.
Oh my god. Unbelievable. Yeah,
Fucking comical, man.
I'm telling you. Too funny. Oh well. The Eric called the Woo flu. The Woo flu. That's funny. Good one, Eric. It's the Woo flu.
We're just a bunch of fucking comedians.
I'm telling you. That's all right. That's funny.
Yeah, it is. I like it. So this one's giving us a reference, 13, and I'm trying to load the reference, but I don't know, my computer's taking forever.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, and that's another thing. I think a lot of people now are home. Everybody's online. I'm sure it's slowing us down a little bit. It's got to be, at some point. So,
yeah, at some point it's got to, but you know what? I think it's a little late, right? Because a lot of people have already caught it, and then they're saying 14 to 28-day incubation period.
yeah.
So a lot of people are going to take this home, and it was too late, too little, too late.
Yeah.
Right. So now pretty much the only thing that they can do is test every single person. Because if you don't test every single person and you lift this quarantine, and those people that are still sick that had it, and they come out, and then they start spreading it out again.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a pretty tricky situation we're in. That's for sure.
Vida, I understand exactly where you're coming from there with the pneumonia thing. That's what happened with me a couple years ago, too. Kind of ironic because I was going to go meet a friend of ours from Australia, of all places. He was going to, I was going to meet up with him in El Paso, Texas. We were going to take my RV camper, and we were going to go across to Mexico to Area 51, down the extraterrestrial highway, and we're going to shoot up and see Lee Stacy and her brother and stuff up there in Arizona. And then we're going to head on into California. I was going to drop him off at the airport up there, and I wound up getting freaking pneumonia right at almost the time I was going to leave, and was in the hospital for over a week. So, yeah.
Remember that you outfitted your van too, right? You were going to take encounters on the road.
Yep.
And you were going to report along the way. Yeah, I totally remember that. And then you went off the radar for a while.
Yep, sure did. I was down and out for knocked me flat. Yep. And I haven't gone anywhere since then either. Ain't that something? Yeah. Yeah. The poor RV still sits out there.
Maybe after this is over, people might get a little bit healthier because all that pollution is going to be gone.
Yeah.
I see over China, they're showing pollution. See if you can pop something like that up, Clarence. If there's a map for world pollution, and see if it's how clear it is above China. And I just read another article on Facebook where it says ducks and dolphins have returned to the canals of Venice, right? Because the water is cleaned itself like almost overnight. Nature, right?
Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Air pollution in the world real-time air quality index visible map. Is that what we're looking at? Yeah, let me see here what this looks like.
Sounds promising.
Waiting for it to load. Well, okay, this is kind of interesting. Let's see here. I can scroll this out. Okay, let's see here if I can share this. Dum, 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 dum. Okay. Now this is, of course, the United States all over here. Oh, look at that. I can scroll right across each moderate. Green is good. Yellow is moderate. That's South Dakota. So let's see here. Where are we? That Japan? We gotta be, yeah. Unhealthy. Hazardous. Wow. Turkey is hazardous in certain parts. Iran is unhealthy. Poland is
The
unhealthy.
government is for the people, anyways.
Yeah. Siberia is hazardous. What we got down here? Spain is moderate. There's a hazardous spot there in Spain. Huh. United Kingdom, moderate. Yeah, all you got to do is to scroll your mouse over top of these areas. Yeah, all these red and purple and dark places are all bad. Bad, bad, bad. Let's see here. Is there any other? Does it show this? Oh, that's just this. It's the same map. It just isn't showing. Does it show anything else anywhere? Oh, there's Australia. Says good there.
Here's a
Green
cool
Creek.
map.
Yeah.
Here, Clarence, I'll send you a link in the private chat there.
Okay.
Found a cool map here.
I'll tell you what. I'll put this link in the chat room itself for everybody. If you guys want it, let me throw this in here. And it's real easy to use. You just scroll over it with your mouse, and there we go. Yeah, Vidita, according to the map, Australia is good as far as air quality. So, yeah, it's not showing anything. This is just regular air pollution. So, okay, let's see here. Grab Omar's link. Copy. Move that one out of the way. We'll paste this one. Enter. Okay. Oh yeah, see, it's showing basically the same thing. Let me come on, load up here. Oh wow.
wonder if there's something from NASA. NASA might have.
You would think so, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna
There's Melbourne,
real quick see if there is.
Sydney. Now it shows you the population and size of the city. The bigger the hexagon, the more populated it is, and the smaller the hexagon, like this little guy over here, the least amount of people. So these big areas like this here are, got a lot of people living in them. Like this one here, this is New York and Philly. You can see how big those are. And this big purple one is New Delhi. And that black one, wow, that's the index. That thing's like the mark of death. Don't go there. What is the name of that one? Oh, Dhaka. Wow, that's different. City pollution is kind of greenish orange, and of course, the darker it gets, the worse it is. So, United States looks fairly clean compared to most places. Same thing with London and all these areas up here. But the darker, the further west you go, the darker they get, the worse it is. But remember that jet stream we were showing earlier. So, yeah. Wow.
Here's a video found NASA being arrogant, usually saying that human activity is causing all this global warming. George Carlin says it the best, you know,
Yeah.
about global warming. The Earth has been around for 4.5 billion years.
That's the truth. All right, we'll copy and paste that. Let's see here. Paste.
Here's here's an image that they're talking about there, Clarence, about
Okay.
how it's cleared up over Wuhan. Yeah, but where is the fucking actual map? I want to see the map for myself. I can take the word on it, right? Air quality from space.
Wow. Okay. Let's try this other one here. Do.
That last link I sent you is nothing, Clarence. It just shows just an image.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Well, that's cool.
We're just talking about how China's air pollution decreased.
Alrighty. Well, oh, look at that. We hit the 3-hour mark. Right on the money. Okay. Well, we can pick this all up at a later date. And, I hope you guys are joining in tomorrow when we got Mr. Carson with us. That ought to be a really good deal. It's going to be awesome. Awesome show. Please don't forget. That'd be on at regular time for us. It'd be 6 o'clock Central Time tomorrow. And there it is. Yep.
Yeah, Coach Billy Carson tomorrow, 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Myself and Clarence will talk to Billy and talk about the tablets and talk about other consciousness-based stuff. Of course, Billy has the Forbidden Knowledge Consciousness TV or Forbidden Knowledge TV.
Right.
Check it out on his site. Really has a lot of knowledge to give. So really looking forward to the talk tomorrow. And yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Are we bringing this on your channel, right? Or are we doing it on my channel?
This is set up on mine.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
and then Michael Feely is set up on yours.
On mine. Okay.
Yeah, and then whatever else we do. We're locked down right now, but definitely we'll keep bringing you guys, updates on what's happening with lockdowns and where martial laws are starting and where not, and what areas are being locked down and stuff like that. I'm sure a lot of you have kids, so you don't have time to research. My kids are growing up and self-sufficient, so I got all the time in the world to sit here and finish my Saturn webinar and scour the internet looking for new news on this COVID and kind of stay on top of it and keep sharing it with you guys. So hope you guys
Exactly.
stay safe, and yeah, that's it.
Sounds good. Okay, everybody. Like I said, be here tomorrow. Well, not on my channel. This will be with Omar tomorrow. I'll be co-hosting with Omar. So keep an eye out for that. And we'll share it around when we get it up and running. And everybody can join us with Billy Carson. And then, we'll take it from there. But yeah, keep in mind, like I said, what's that? Go ahead. I'm sorry, Omar.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you guys got any questions for Billy while he's talking and you want to come and ask him, I'll shoot you a link, and it's browser based, so there's no downloads necessary. You just click the link and enter your name, and in you come, and ask your question. Please be respectful.
Yep.
And I'm sure he'll be happy to answer your question for you, and we can make it interactive like that, so everyone can have an opportunity to pick this man's mind.
Yep, absolutely.
He's
Awesome.
vibrating at an extremely high vibration. Him.
Cool.
Can you here, Clarence? Let me ask you: can you believe that Billy Carson is 64 years old?
I know he doesn't look that old, does he? No.
He looks like he's in his 30s.
Yeah, exactly.
Like really, like a late 30s. That's what he looks like. Even like early 30s. And I told Amy, I was like, "Look, I said, you believe Billy's like 64?" She's like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, he is.
Really big.
Absolutely.
He really is.
Yeah.
It's incredible. So
It is
he's
incredible.
vibrating very, very high. His distortion is positive, and that's why he has this youthful appearance, is because he's vibrating at
Yeah.
a good distortion, and he's sharing knowledge, and that's why I suggest you guys tune in and have a listen, and you guys can come on in and ask Billy questions if you like to clear it up for you.
Mhm.
And that's it. That's all we can do.
There you go. And keep in mind also, I'm going to, here in the next day or so, we're going to do this other deal. I'm going to make up a post and we'll get some email links put in there for you. And, if you know people that are contactees or have had contact or whatever, let us know, or, tell them to let us know or whatever, and we'll set them up. And if they'd like to be on this show, that we got going on, we're trying to set up anyway. We'd love to have them. So the more the merrier. So spread the word if you would, please.
Probably take us a couple of weeks
Yeah.
to organize it.
Yeah.
And then, so keep an eye out.
So if this goes as I plan it on going, it's going to be a major deal. So yeah, just keep that in the back of your mind, and we'll keep you updated on how it's going. So it should be cool.
Maybe we'll ask Billy if he'd be willing to do a slide webinar presentation on like Mars, and because this guy knows a lot about Mars and
Cool.
the civilization that lived on Mars and possibly still lives there, and and what's going on there, and the travel that's happening back and forth between Mars and Earth, and it has been for thousands of years, and in a primitive way. It's been happening, but it has been happening.
Yeah. Awesome.
So
Okay,
I'm
folks.
excited about it. That's going to be cool. A lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Panel talks and webinars and shit.
Lots of stuff going to happen. Yep.
Oh yeah,
Lots
it's going to be like
stuff.
a mind orgasm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Lots of cool stuff coming. So.
That's it. Information orgasm.
Awesome. So thank you all very much for being here with us tonight. And, we are definitely, we'll be back with you. But don't forget tomorrow, please join in. And, we'll keep you updated on what's happening. But thank you all for being here tonight. I want to thank you all for listening to Closer Encounters. Please remember to like, follow, and share. And until we meet again, keep your eyes to the skies. Thank you. Thank you all.